Hello friends, it's NBZ back again with Ori and the Blind Forest, and this time I'm post-commentating. It's slightly different. As I said last time, I was going to go around and get all the collectibles, which means all the life cells, all the energy cells, all the ability points, so that I can max out my skill tree and end this game with everything complete. I'm not going for the full map, because that would mean going into every little crevice and nook to clear out like little bonus experience things, but I'm showing you here all the different ability points, places, and all this stuff. This was originally an hour of footage and it's cut down to 10 minutes, so there was a lot of cutting things out here and there, but as you can see, when we're going back here, we're using a lot of our abilities and changes in different areas that have allowed us to get to higher places like that. And I also came across a cutscene in my play, so let's take a look at that. I don't actually remember seeing that when I first was playing through the game. I imagine it was just happening randomly, depending on where you come into that area from. But hey, that's cool. You see the bird still looking around, trying to find you, and it's pretty neat. There's a lot of stuff going on here that is just fun for me to fill in and to get around, because you are so fast and so speedy and so agile now that it makes a lot of sense. There's me just getting 2 upgrades. For the remainder of this video, I didn't get any more upgrades. I believe I have like 19 ability points or something absurd by the end, so we're going to be upgrading a ton when we get to the start of next time's video. But yeah, there's something really relaxing about just playing through this game with all the stuff unlocked, being able to just not have to worry about like, oh, I don't have that ability yet. And that's what I get out of Metroid Fusion more than any of the other Metroid games, is the end game is a lot of figuring out a lot of complex movements, but you have the ability to do them because you are so adept at that point. Now this little ability orb to get there, I just cut from setting the thing on fire. I had realized that yes, indeed, there are a lot of these that they changed in the definitive edition. In order to get some of the upgrades, you have to use the little light orb thing that you can throw to light up some flames, and that will open up gates, which I think previously just weren't gates at all. They were just out in the open, so you just had to platform to get there. So adds a little bit of pathfinding, a little bit of wrinkle in there, which is fun. This bit was a bit of an elongated section, so we kept in, or I kept in the whole thing. Speaking as if I have an editor or some shit, I wish. Yeah, so this is a lot of ground pounding and me missing and me being awful at ground pounding. I do like that they indicate, hey, this thing is ground poundable, because every time you stand on an object like that, it glows, like you see a white glow emanating from the top of it, which is nice. It's a nice subtle way, because it seems as if it's like Ori's glow being reflected down onto the thing. So I think it's a smart way to make sure the player is looking at it and thinking, oh hey, I can interact with that. So get a life cell for our trouble, which is nice. Yeah, this is, I think, one of the more difficult ones. No, there's the underwater one. See, the underwater ones were confusing to me, because when I got them, I was like, wait a second, it didn't give me like the pop-up on screen, it didn't give me the text. So I was like, oh wait, was that actually an ability orb, or was that just a little bit of bonus experience? And it turns out that, hey, it was an ability orb, it's just I didn't get the pop-up. Again, that's a weird one there, that's why I'm kind of standing here. Also, nice little cave painting, you could say, of those 2 Oris there. If you rewind back and missed it, it's cool. But yeah, I grabbed this one and it gives me the text. The last one didn't. It's weird. That was maybe a bit of a bug I encountered. Not quite sure. But in any case, I am still enjoying going through this game. It's been a fun time, and we're right at the end now. There's actually a few upgrades that I'm gonna wait to get until I'm right near the end, and this area actually is close to the final dungeon area, which is why I'm keeping all this in, because I haven't really gone to this place yet. Be prepared for all of these laser guys. They're going to be showing up soon. They're not going to be our friends. They're very dangerous, can kill you very quickly. It's frightening. But what I did do here is quickly come and grab the teleporter, so that next time when we head ourselves to the end place, we can come back there easily. Just teleport to wherever we want to be. The warping around definitely helped. Although when I was going through this, I was there were some areas where like I wish I had more teleporters in this area and less teleporters in the other area, but hey. Another one of these find the stomp puzzles. That's one of the last ones I got when I first played the game, I think, because it was hidden in that area. But as you can see, because of my ability to kind of see through stuff, I was able to check that out without being too close to it, and saw that, oh, yes, there's the secret. It definitely helps. Anytime that you can benefit me for finding secrets, I like. Because that's the thing with Metroid is I tend to just power bomb everything. That's my MO when it comes to Metroid games. It's just power bomb the shit out of stuff. I like doing that because it's just a sure hit, surefire way to know that you're not missing anything in the area. Not quite anything like that in this game, although you could call the explodey charge flame power bomb-esque. It just doesn't quite have the same effect as you want it to. Little puzzle here that you need to push the block. Back to pushing blocks. Every game, and a mark of any Zelda-style game is pushing blocks, but any Metroid-style game, there's not a lot of pushing blocks I'm seeing. But hey, pushing blocks is a video game thing that people do. It's fun to push blocks. I am partial to pushing blocks every now and again. In real life, though, God, seems like a pain in the ass, like just pushing boxes around. It's a bad scene. Anyway, I remember mentioning this upgrade before, and every time I forget that it's just an invisible wall there, which is stupid. So managed to get that one with my all-seeing eye. This one's a little bit more tricky because you have to use your wits to basically bound off each of the birds to get to the top of the tree so that you can see that flame that needs to be lit, and that unlocks the basement, or the underwater, should I say. I do love that they die as soon as they plunge in there. Also, because I went ahead and got the underwater upgrade, because that was kind of my intention, was to like just get that so I would have an easier time doing a lot of these upgrades. And yeah, so yeah, I can breathe now and have no issue going through here. This is actually funny. I'm able to, I like pull this up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna swim down there. I'm like, wait a second, I don't need to do that shit. I can just cheat, which is go the opposite way and just dash across instead. So I cheat and get the energy cell that way, which is fun. I think when you're able to mitigate parts of the game, as we did in the kind of the dash / light orb section, because we had some later game abilities. It's nice to do that. It helps a great deal. So getting close here now to getting most things. There will be, so there's 2 upgrades right before the dungeon that we're going to pick up on the way there, and then I believe there is one final energy cell inside the final dungeon itself. And I don't know if that is just from my first playthrough that I remember that, or if it is still in the definitive edition, but I'm scoured the map. I'm scoured the map. Good English, mate. And I can't see anything at all that makes me think, oh, hey, there's a blue energy cell somewhere here. So it has to be still in the last dungeon. So anyway, we finally come back to this area where we had to dash quickly through. And this time, I'm actually going to do it, which is much more useful than last time. Making the save at the right point because a giant boulder's going to come and murder me. Oh boy. I just kept fucking this bit up, so just watch me die a few times, I guess. It's the Indiana Jones trope, isn't it? I can't remember if I showed in this LP the little Triforce symbol that's etched into the wall. So I did show that little cave etching of the 2 Ori type creatures holding hands earlier on in this video, but yeah, there's references in this game. I don't know if this is an overt Indiana Jones reference or just a hey look, you should run away from a giant fucking ball, but Ori and the Blind Forest likes to make little references here and there. I appreciate little nods and little references. It goes a long way. So yeah, just wanted to show a bit more of this area because I haven't really been down here before, and otherwise you would never get to see it. So grab a bit more experience. You can see we are just, God, we have way too much health and energy and all the stuff. But that's what I like going into an end game. It's all about being super powered up. It's all about having everything possible in your arsenal. I'm pretty sure we're right there at the cusp. This is a nasty one. Took me a while to figure out first time through. You have to use your ball of light to defeat an enemy on the other side by throwing it over in that arcing motion, and then the door will unlock. You could tell from earlier, if you'd been paying attention to a lot of the game, that that's how you beat a lot of like locked-in areas. Is that door? That was a corridor. So anyway, that's all the upgrades for now. I'll see you next time on the grand finale of this LP. Goodbye, folks.